Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital Tuesday, June 4 recap. Jason agrees to Anna's plan for Valentin. Sonny swears innocence to Carly. General Hospital. GH, spoilers recap for Tuesday, June 4, reveals that Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, pushed Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, to reveal who answered the burner phone call, since he could tell it wasn't Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard. Anna was reluctant at first, but she eventually confessed it was Valentin Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, and that he was obviously running pikemen while Jack Brennan, Charles Mashur, was in prison. This hit on Jason was about wiping him out and pinning it on Sonny to get him out of the way too. Jason was eager to tell John Jagger Cates, Adam J. Harrington, about Valentin being in charge of pikemen, since he'd finally be free, but Anna argued that they needed evidence first. Although Jason was ready to barge in Valentin's house and look for proof, Anna insisted she should be the one to get it instead, and she needed time to make this happen. Jason finally agreed to let Anna do things her way, but he still seemed uneasy about it. At Carly Spencer's Laura Wright place on Tuesday's GH episode, Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, surprised her with updates on his potential run for public office. After Drew explained how he joined Nina Reeves' Cynthia Watros meeting with Congressman Larry McConkey, Sam McMurray, he added that McConkey was now pushing him to go after his Congress seat. However, Drew knew there'd be scrutiny surrounding his time at Pentonville and that Carly's name would come up, so he asked how she'd feel about that possibility. Carly ultimately supported Drew since she knew how to say no comment and could tell he really wanted to do this. Once Harrison Chase, Josh Swigert, came home with a scattering box filled with Gregory Chase's Gregory Harrison ashes, Brooke Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, helped him work through some complicated feelings related to his grief. Chase also worried about the very slim chance of inheriting a predisposition for ALS from Gregory, but Brooke Lynn and her new husband were on the same page about caring for each other in sickness and in health. At Hamilton Finn's Michael Easton apartment, Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, stopped by with brownies that Aidan Weber, Tristan Riggs, had made, but Finn clearly thought she was checking up on him. Finn remained apologetic about how he treated Liz on the morning of Gregory's demise and assured her that he wouldn't drink again since alcohol was never really his problem. Since Finn wanted more alone time, Liz gave him a kiss that ended with some awkward tension and headed out. Once Finn was on his own, he cried as he held Gregory's cane. At the coffee warehouse, Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, shut down John's attempt to question Sonny about what happened there, so John threatened to arrest Sonny and interrogate him at the police station instead. Diane balked since John didn't have enough evidence and acted like he should focus on finding the people who were actually responsible for going after Jason. John eventually agreed to hold off, but he took a moment to gloat over Sonny's imminent downfall and looked forward to seeing him behind bars for good. Once John was gone, Diane got reassurance from Sonny that he was truly innocent. After Diane admitted she initially thought Sonny might have been responsible, she hinted that she wasn't alone in thinking that. Afterward, Sonny showed up at Carly's place to deliver the news about the warehouse attack. Carly was relieved to hear Jason was okay and believed Sonny when he swore he wasn't behind this. Although Sonny wanted Carly to tell Jason he was innocent as well, she pushed Sonny to do it himself. The fact that Sonny cared was proof that Jason wasn't truly his enemy. Nevertheless, Sonny still considered Jason a traitor for becoming an FBI informant and left in a huff. General Hospital spoilers say Jason and Sonny's friendship will inevitably get back on track, sooner or later, but our predictions hint that it'll be a long and winding road to get there. In the bustling halls of General Hospital, tension crackled like static electricity. The air was thick with the aroma of antiseptic and the quiet hum of medical equipment. Nurses scurried down the corridors, their shoes squeaking softly against the linoleum floors, while doctors discussed patient charts in hushed tones. Amidst this clinical chaos, the lives of Port Charles residents continue to intertwine in dramatic and unexpected ways. In one of the private consultation rooms, Jason Morgan stood stoically, his expression unreadable. Across from him sat Anna Devane, her eyes filled with a determined glint. The history between them was long and complicated, but today they were united by a common goal. Anna leaned forward, her voice steady but urgent. "Jason, we need to stop Valentin before he does something irreversible. I know it's risky, but I need you to trust me on this." Jason's jaw tightened. He had never been one to jump into plans without thorough consideration, especially plans that involve someone as unpredictable as Valentin Cassadine. But he respected Anna and knew her instincts were rarely wrong. "All right, Anna, I'm in, but we need to be smart about this. One wrong move, and we could all be in serious trouble." Anna nodded, relief washing over her features. With Jason on her side, their chances of thwarting Valentin's latest scheme increased significantly. She handed him a folder filled with intelligence reports and a detailed strategy outline. Meanwhile, in a quieter corner of the hospital, Carly Corinthos paced back and forth, her emotions a whirlwind of anger and confusion. She had just come from an intense meeting with her husband, Sonny Corinthos, and her mind was racing. Sonny had been accused of involvement in a recent mob hit, and while she wanted to believe in his innocence, the evidence was mounting. Sonny, standing across from her, looked deeply into Carly's eyes, his voice resolute. "Carly, I swear to you, I had nothing to do with this. You know I've been trying to distance myself from that life." Carly stopped pacing and faced him, her eyes filled with a mix of doubt and hope. "Sonny, I want to believe you, but every time something like this happens, it puts our family in danger. How can I trust that you're telling me the whole truth?" Sonny took a step closer, his expression earnest. "You have to trust me, Carly. I'm doing everything I can to protect you and the kids. This isn't just about me anymore. It's about keeping our family safe." As the tension between them hung in the air, Sonny's phone buzzed, breaking the moment. He glanced at the screen and saw that it was a call from his lawyer. Stepping aside, he answered it, leaving Carly alone with her swirling thoughts. Back in the consultation room, Anna and Jason were finalizing their plan. They knew that taking down Valentin wouldn't be easy, but they were prepared to do whatever it took to prevent his latest plot from coming to fruition. As they discussed the finer details, they were interrupted by a knock on the door. It was Robert Scorpio, Anna's ex-husband and fellow Divisby agent. "Sorry to interrupt," Robert said, stepping inside, "but we've got a new development. It seems Valentin is meeting with a mysterious contact tonight at the docks. We need to move quickly if we're going to intercept them." Jason and Anna exchanged a determined look. Time was of the essence, and they couldn't afford to hesitate. Grabbing their gear, they followed Robert out of the hospital, ready to put their plan into action. As the sun set over Port Charles, casting long shadows across the docks, Jason, Anna, and Robert took their positions. Hidden in the shadows, they watched as Valentin arrived, his demeanor as enigmatic as ever. Moments later, a figure emerged from the shadows to meet him. It was none other than Helena Cassadine, back from the dead and seemingly more dangerous than ever. Anna's breath caught in her throat. Helena's return added a new layer of complexity to their mission. She signaled to Jason and Robert, urging them to stay hidden and wait for the right moment to strike. Meanwhile, at the Corinthos household, Carly sat alone in the living room, her mind replaying her conversation with Sonny. She wanted to believe him, but years of living in the shadow of his dangerous lifestyle had taken its toll. Just as she was about to pour herself a glass of wine, there was a knock at the door. It was Michael, her eldest son. "Mom, I heard about what happened," Michael said, concern etched on his face. "Are you okay?" Carly nodded, though she didn't feel okay. "I'm just worried, Michael. I don't know how much more of this I can take. Michael wrapped his arms around his mother, offering her the comfort she so desperately needed. We'll get through this, Mom. We always do.